each other and naked. Two pieces of paper, once blank, now full of words. We don't speak, we don't do anything but breathe proximity. She has poems in her head, and I suck the words out until they're overflowing on sheets, knowing that we don't have to read between the lines this time. This time we are nude, not hiding behind metaphors or synonyms. Our limbs are wet with slips of tongue. Her lips are dipped in gold. I kiss her everywhere with flexible fingers and map out our story on her body. It glows on her skin. The plot goes in and out of context. What's next but sex? Tension is tied up and friction rides up through sound. We are dirty and divine. Stamping each other with heat inside an envelope of arms. She's so easy to write about. I clutch her curves and compose a composition literally and figuratively. There's no fantasy this time because this time we are real. Riding the back of the moon until the sun takes us to morning. Every time I tell myself I'll stop writing about her, I start writing about her. And the way she dances, you see, she dances as if dancing were the only way to move, and I'm plugged into her groove. I'm wired into my desire for her sonic boom because we are in tune. And on the days we dance together, our footsteps shuffle through the streets gracefully. Arm in arm, she leads me into poetry. And we rely on each other spiritually and physically, but when she lets go, I unsuccessfully search for the same sounds elsewhere, faking music with off-key melodies and turning up the volume on stagnant symphonies, but every time I tell myself I'll stop wanting her, I start wanting her. And the rhythm of my heartbeat is the rhythm of her heartbeat, and we'll close our eyes and listen, we'll bob our heads and listen, and she will be the world forever woven within my breath. She will be the fresh air that removes me from fog. She will be the light that lives beneath my feet when I am troubled with shadows. She will be godlike, wrapped in fierce skin and illuminated lips, and we'll make love like it's the first time, every single time. And she will come to me unfettered, the echo of natural calm. A is for the atom bomb, and B is for the blast that will pass through the atmosphere. C is for the carnage that uncovers war's corruption, and D is the destruction. E is for every single war's hollow, corrupt core coming straight from a man who gives orders with one hand and holds the Bible in the other, who justifies killing with religion as aggression, looms over Mother Nature like storm clouds. Can you see them coming? Cutting through the silence and overflooding our newspapers, airwaves, and atmosphere. Let's flip the script on history's alphabet and rewrite it so that L will be the last bullet flown from the mouth of a gun. M will be mankind's malady finally coming undone. N will be nights spent honoring the fallen and the deceased. And O will be the optimism for peace. Thank you. Black smoke billows from burning buildings, and the lazy eye of the morning begged for another hour of sleep. But no alarm clock can wake us up from this, from a falling body trying to miss the ground. Quick, tell me why you insist on feeling unlucky. And while you're at it, tell me what it's like to be fucked by gravity, stuck 3,000 miles in the air with your cell phone on speed dial, dialing 911 and no one's home. Long after the call goes through, they will use you to justify 4+ years, to rush war's fears down our throats. It's a hard pill to swallow, but yet we are compelled to follow our president, the government, and that little bouncing ball spelling TERRORISM. Thank you. The morning rises with smoke and the water drowns out the sky, washing your music away. New Orleans, you are silent today. Your muted colors were splashed upon television screens. Your ink darkened newspapers, smearing silhouettes all over our hands, and we are helpless. restless with worry, wondering when Bourbon Street will dance again, when men will make love to the evening air with saxophones, where somebody soaks up the atmosphere, eating spicy Cajun food, speaking Creole, New Orleans. You have so much soul. And now I dream in jazz rhythms, closing my eyes to feel the drum beat that rests steady beneath the ruin. It echoes, heavy, like the heartbeat of families forced to flee the floodwaters, where melodies no longer float through the air. Instead, they lay there, unable to breathe. But you will find your beat again. It will rise with the morning air, and the water will sing to the sky, and our tears will write new songs for jazz to sing, for jazz to sing. Yeah, okay. Tonight I feel like running away, but the bartender keeps them coming my way. To down and drown my thoughts away in a glass with 2 little ice cubes and 2 little straws, I'm stirring, submerging my thoughts with liquid, losing focus with each new sip. Sip, I'm slipping away. Another one, I say. And outside the world starts wavering. Her wings are weighing down the walls. I try to push them back out, but they keep coming in, and I can't win, so I drink again. Taking shots of rum and bourbon and gin and a shot at hating you again. I fucking hate you. And the fact that our picture had no frame, I hate you. And the way that silence screams your name, I love you. And for this I have no shame, but I push those words out of the way. Another one, I say. I remember riding your back to the moon, the wind would guide us. We glided in and out of clouds, looking down at solid ground, and I held on to you. And every single thing you didn't say, your words were fire, but you wanted to fly away. It was a fantasy. Another one, I say. Thank you. I'll do one more. I'll take a little break. I'm having fun. This is another unrequited love poem. Sometimes I feel like I just go through this stuff just to write about it. I don't know. Anyway, I have books for sale, by the way. Books, $5.
And if you don't have cash, we have a credit card machine upstairs.
There you go. And sometimes I'll trade books for hugs, too. Like it's not...
Only hugs.
We'll talk about that. Yeah, this is another unrequited love. Lover, they will shout our names into a hollow sky now that this is over. Now that you've unplugged your heart's amplifier and we are silent, lover, you will never again lay beside me with a heartbeat as loud as the dawn's persistence of a new day, peeking through my window pane because we were too lazy to get up, open the window and let all of the light in, lover. We found ourselves in the folds of bed sheets ironing out each other's mistakes. We danced to the tune of unwritten songs while humming the melodies we found, perfect falling stars in the clear midnight sky of my bedroom, but lover, now that we are silent, I will never again dream technicolor daydreams or suffer sleepless nights for your fantasy, and I will not seek diamonds in the shadows of your absence, lover. I will gnaw on the hunger we craved. Thank you. I get into that.